Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Sunday, May 14th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 8 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So when it comes to the spirit animal, we are working with the otter. And to me, the otter is so fitting because the cute little adorable otter is looking towards the future. The otter is futuristic, future oriented, and is focusing on that. And the otter energy ties into water element. So when I think about the water element, I think about us, having our emotions in check so that they don't get in the way as we look to the future to make certain decisions. Because to me, the mind is, the mind ties us into the matrix as far as I see it. And the mind is gravity itself. And like a circle, the hamster on the wheel, the mind is operating in a circle. And whenever we, want things that are out of alignment with the mind because the mind has never seen it or has any visual examples or representation of possibility when it comes to that thing, it could spark fear in us, and emotions come up and we become fearful, and from those emotions, like, we talk ourselves out of certain things, or keep ourselves away from making certain things happen because the mind has no experience when it comes to what it is that we're trying to make happen. So our own emotions turn against us as we become fearful. So when I look at the otter energy in the upright position, I just think about, becoming aware of our emotions. Like, what's coming to mind? I remember back in, say, 2011, when I got into The Secret. And at that time, I also got into The Alchemist, and I would do a lot of water fasting. That's when I first started fasting, and even fruits and just vegetable fast for 31 days, where it was just juicing and different things like that. And that's when I started observing myself as far as and I didn't own a TV then, or the one TV that I had put it in the salon. So I didn't have a TV at home. And I would only watch YouTube, and it was always educational things. But I started observing myself, how different I was once I took away stimulants. Stimulants in the sense that not just food is a stimulant in our lives, but the different things that we watch that spark emotions in us that's not real is like a stimulant that throws our signals off and could mess us up when it comes to us perceiving emotions from each other, or even perceiving energies around us that we can't see. What I mean by that is, say you watch the news and something bad happens and it makes you get into that fight or flight mode, but there's no real threat around you. Or you watch a movie that does something similar to you, but there's no real threat around you. It's to me, it's almost like a burning out of the senses, or confusion of the senses. So say when we are experiencing real things that should be concerning, but there's no physical thing around us to confirm it, we can't even tell or don't even notice that's what we're feeling. So for me, taking away all of the stimulants and the distractions at that time in my life, it kind of made my channels more clear. So whenever I did feel some kind of shift in emotion or whatever it is that I would feel, Like, I would just observe, and then I would watch things play out. Whether like I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just zoning off outside and observing the ducks and observing nature and things like that, and then anxiety will come over me, and then the phone will ring, and then the person on the other line, they're anxious because this, that, and the next, and it's like, oh my God, I felt that before they call. Where say before being stimulated by certain things, it's like you'll feel things all the time, but there's no true reason for what it is that we're feeling. So we don't even, trust what we feel because we don't even know why we're feeling it. So that's something today about getting the emotions under wraps so that there's more clarity when it comes to looking forward. I think about, some of us wanting certain things but don't know why we want certain things, don't even realize that the emotional attachment that we have to certain desires comes from marketing and movies and things that we've watched that has seduced us emotionally, seduced us to the point that we believe in it. And then from believing it, we build up this false resonance where we resonate, but it's not genuine. It was something that was programmed because it got such an emotional reaction out of us from watching this movie or this thing or seeing it all the time, to the point where we think we want that and throwing ourselves off. And the card that pops out for the day is the Eight of Wands in the upright position. And I think it's so fitting to the energies in the day associated with the number 8. And the number 8 is an energy that deals with systems and cycles. And the number 8 is a concrete thinking energy, and also an energy that deals with like traditions, like, what kind of systems have been, ingrained into us. It's like what has been programmed into us. And I think about how the number 8 energy deals with systems, and, how a system is the secret to success, but the proper system, the one that's in alignment with us, with our truth, but how we've all been pretty much, given the same system that's not getting us wherever it is that we say we want to go. And today Mercury goes direct, and Mercury has been in retrograde. So we've been in reflective mode. So the mind is Mercury. So the mind has been in reflective mode in Taurus for like the whole month or so. And with the mind Mercury in reflective mode in Taurus, this is where we were reflecting on, material things, physical, what brings us stability, the things that we own, status and titles and things like that, or traditions, whatever traditions we were taught in our families growing up, or the ones we kind of inherited from movies and seeing certain things happening in the world and feeling like, I should have this and this will make me happy. But with the outer energy looking forward in the future and the emotional aspect to it, will it make you happy? How do you know it will make you happy? Is some of the things that comes to mind. But with Mercury energy now in direct, to me there should be a sense of clarity when it comes to, say, traditions and values. And I remember when I was working on the newsletter and even the Taurus new moon video, I was reflecting on how our values come first, and then we develop psychologies in order to, support those values to keep them going. So when it comes to Mercury direct, we may have changed certain views and certain perspectives. And for me, perspective is like a seed. And we've changed certain perspectives or gained certain perspectives. So from that, we've planted certain seeds, of expectations and, certain values that we're going to move forward with. Now Mercury is direct. Hopefully while Mercury was in retrograde, you reflect on your family values. What is your family dynamic like? Does it work for you? How will you create something different for yourself if, what you were born into is not what you want, is not what brings you joy? What does the ideal thing look like for you, and how you will create that? So when I think of the Eight of Wands in the upright position, I think of taking action with the proper system that works for ourselves. Or Mercury direct, the mind is in a place where it's reflecting on those values, or even reflecting on certain material things that we might want to obtain to bring more stability or security within our lives. I think about how while Mercury was in retrograde, some people might reflect on buying a home, or the need to buy a home because they want to live cheaper, or, better their financial situation in some way, or maybe move from where they live, something about the home so that one can save. And the sun is the ruler of the day because it's Sunday, and the sun is in Taurus. Taurus energy, the sun is our identity. So with the sun in Taurus, we identify with, things that bring comfort, traditions, values, like the number 8 energy, systems, things that are familiar because they've been around for a long time, even if they no longer work or make sense, but we've seen it consistently, so there must be some truth to it. We've been conditioned to believe it or see it this way, so this must be the way how it is. Because that's one thing with the number 8 energy. It's a student and a teacher for life, but more of a kind of energy that kind of observe what is and develop the routine of that thing and kind of like teach what it knows, even if it doesn't work, because it never stopped to question if it works, because it has to work, because we've been doing it for a long time. Why would we be doing it for a long time if it doesn't work type of vibe? The day is the 14th. The number 1 is us, the individual. 4 brings stability, security. 1 plus 4 is 5. So there is this sudden change aspect to the day, need for stimulation. When it comes to, say, the day, the moon is in Pisces conjunct Neptune and positively aspecting Mars in Cancer. So overall, when I look at, say, the energies in the day, the inner world is in a place where, being at home, cozying up at home, watching a really good movie, or doing something within the home today, to me feels really good as far as the moon's concerned. The moon is a part of a trine between Mars in Cancer and the sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So to me, being cozy and feeling, cozy and comfortable at home is what stands out to me today. And something feels good about the day as far as like being comfy and in the cozy comforts of the home. The number 8 vibe, though, the day adds up and reduces the number 8 energy, is a tunnel vision type of energy. So some of us could find ourselves, like in deep focus or researching or learning, ways to bring more finances into our lives, more stability, or even looking deep on ways to like educate ourselves, whether it's, finding the information we need to learn whatever it is that we want to learn to add more value to our lives, or even deciding to go back to school or make certain changes in order to better ourselves financially. There definitely is some financial aspect to the day when it comes to reflection on bringing more stability and security and how we will go about doing that. But overall, there's a good vibe about the day as far as being cozy and comfortable in the home environment, even though I feel like the day could end that way or start that way. But in between, there's some sudden changes. But overall, like stability, security, and financial stability and security to me is the main thing. And even status now with the number 8 energy, 8 of Wands, and Mercury now direct. And again, it brings me to the otter energy, looking forward and knowing the difference between like the emotional demands that we have when it comes to certain goals we think we want to aspire to. Like, is that truly coming from me, or is that a programming? Is that a programming that makes me feel like I really want that? I feel like today's a great day to reflect on certain things that you thought you wanted badly, whether it was, maybe a degree, or maybe a career path, or maybe a relationship, or certain things you thought you wanted so bad in the past, and then you got it and you realized you didn't want it. Like, what motivated that desire? And when you got it, how did you feel? And how did you feel to get something you've always wanted and then realize that, damn, you don't want it? Like, I know for me, when that happened to me, it made me feel confused and felt like I was broken or something was wrong with me. So I feel like it's beneficial to reflect on things like that, because it helps us to be honest and question ourselves when it comes to other things we say we want, because we might realize that 90% of what you say you want didn't come from you, and it came through marketing in order to sell things, whether it was courses, education, or even just sell homes and pantyhose and makeup and perfume and all these different things that keep us consuming and keep us like a slave on the wheel type of vibe. You guys, such a pleasure sharing this message with you as usual. If you'd like to book a reading with me or check out my exclusive weekly content only on Patreon, The links for that is in the description box below. Please let me know you are here with me by dropping me a pink heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.